Hi everyone, my name is Tricia. I'm reading for Rotary this afternoon, and I'm reading a story called A Dog's Guide to Life. And the dog in this story, his name is Moose. And I was attracted to this story because I also have a dog named Moose. Hi, buddy. Hi. Moose is the best dog ever. Yes. Nice. Good boy. So we've had Moose for almost 11 years, and Moose is getting a little old, and it makes us kind of sad. But let's get into this book, A Dog's Guide to Life, Lessons from Moose by Jack Cotton. Lesson 1. Begin every day with excitement and anticipation. They say that dogs have no sense of time. I can't be sure. Even though the day-to-day routine didn't change much for Moose, he was always up at the crack of dawn, ready for action or some new adventure to enter his world. Any day could have been the one when a squirrel would be caught, a long-forgotten bone would be found, or a ride in the car would await him. Moose tries every day to catch squirrels in the backyard, and every day he fails, but he keeps trying. Lesson 2. Love unconditionally. I'm not always in the best mood. I sometimes get stressed, irritated, or just plain cranky. Hard to believe, I know. This never affected Moose. He was there with a smile, a nuzzle, or a lick every time without fail. I'm not sure humans can accomplish this, but it's a great goal. Lesson 3. Smile. I can't swear that Moose was really wearing a smile all the time. He may have just been panting with his mouth open. It's a dog thing, I guess. It looked like a smile to me, though, and perception is reality. No matter what kind of day I had, he met me with that smiling, panting face. Imagine the change we could make in the lives of others if he always wore a smile. Lesson 4. Be enthusiastic. Yes. For the 9 years of his life, Moose barked and ran to the door if someone would come to visit. Not once was the visitor for him. Nevertheless, he treated each knock on the door or a ring of the bell as though it was the first, and was never disappointed when it turned out that the visitor had come to see someone else in the house. He was gracious in greeting them, and then he would return to his previous occupation. Our Moose does the same thing. He barks to let us know that somebody's at the door, and he's very enthusiastic. Lesson 5. Arrive early. Moose always looks forward to my time in the outside shower. He could get his face washed and maybe catch a tennis ball in the summertime or a snowball in the winter. Although I usually got there about 7 a.m., he was always ready and waiting by 6 a.m. I'm not saying you should always be an hour early for everything, but just a little bit early. Otherwise, you never know what you might miss. That's a great picture of Moose. He's waiting patiently with a tennis ball. Lesson 6. Never, never give up. We've all noticed the drastic increase in the squirrel population. It is very noticeable in our yard. Moose would wait, watch, and hide and stalk. Not for hours, but for years. At the moment he judged best, in a burst of speed, and with bits of torn grass and deck splinters flying, he would charge towards his prey. In 9 years, we never saw him actually catch one, but he never stopped trying. I know he would have succeeded if he had a little bit more time. How often do we give up after 1 or 2 times trying? And there's Moose in that picture trying to catch that squirrel. Lesson 7. Take a nap in a sunny spot. Moose is taking a nap as I speak. Work, appointments, and schedules can often cause stress, and stress is a part of our daily lives. Every now and then, imagine how it would be to find a nice, warm spot, maybe by a window or a fireplace or on the lawn, and just snooze. There is no better way to reset the stress meter that we carry in all of us. Lesson 8. Get up to greet those you meet. Moose was never one for a casual greeting. Even if one of us returned from a 5-minute absence, he always got up and extended himself for a warm greeting. As humans, we can get lazy and complacent in greeting one another. Maybe we should make it a habit to give a warm welcome to those you care about. Imagine the effect. Lesson 9. Live in the moment. Again, this is probably a dog thing. Moose never seems stressed and certainly seemed able to find joy in everything, in every moment. We, on the other hand, are always stressed. 90% of our stress comes from worrying about what happened in the past or what might happen in the future. There is nothing we can do about either one. While worrying, we often miss out on what's happening right now. Focus on the joy of the present. Moose is wearing they look like reindeer ears, enjoying himself. Oh, I love this one. Lesson 10. Drive with your windows open every now and then. I don't know what it is with dogs and open car windows. Maybe long ears feel good flapping in the breeze. Mine are a little big, but they don't flap. All I do know is that in these days of air conditioning and hermetically sealed rooms, the thorough pane windows, we need to feel the rush of air in our faces from time to time. Don't risk an accident with unsafe driving, but next time you're sitting in the passenger seat of a car, open your windows and feel the wind in your face, even if it's just for a few minutes. Lesson 11. Leave some food in your dish. Moose was fed at about the same time every day. He never finished off the bowl during his first go at it. Even though his feeding routine didn't change much, during his 9 years he always saved a little bit in the off chance I might forget to refill it in the morning. Whether it's food or the fruits of our labors, it's always good to save a bit, just in case. Our Moose never ever does this. He eats every scrap immediately and then licks to see if he left anything behind. Lesson 12. Take time to sniff. Moose had his own door and kept his own hours. Occasionally, though, leash in hand, we did the dog and master thing. My goal on these excursions was mostly an aerobic idea. His was to drink in each of the wonders of the world as we traveled. Okay, his goal was to sniff everything, tugging annoyingly on his leash as he stopped. Of course, we never should forget our goals and our destinations. At the same time, it is good every now and then to stop and smell the roses. Maybe not every 2 feet, but more than just once in a while. Again, this is a dog thing. Dogs smell. That's how they know who was there before them. Lesson 13. Make a difference. Moose was around during tough times in our family. His presence relieved tension, eased transitions, and soothed hurt feelings. While he might have been a pain from time to time, our family and the little world in which we live are immeasurably better for his having been part of them. It may not have been his goal, but it should be for each of us to make the world a little better for having been there. Lesson 14, and this is the last lesson. Remember that you never know when it's the last goodbye. Dogs have no concept of their master's return. They think every time they see you leave, you're not going to come back. Dogs get very sad over this, and if it were up to them, there would only be one last long goodbye. Even if it turned out to be Moose's final day, I never really thought I was saying goodbye for the last time each time my hospital visit ended. Since I was not able to be with him in his final moments, I wish all the more that I had lingered a bit longer on what turned out to be the last goodbye. Whenever we say goodbye to someone you love, make it count. With God's will, it won't be the last one. One time though, it will, and you don't want to be looking back, wishing it had been more. So since I've read this book, probably read it maybe a month ago, I make sure to tell Moose every day that he's the best dog ever, just in case it's my last goodbye to him. So there is the story of Moose and his lessons. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.